Tonight on UCentral News. Chaos this weekend at the State Fair. Reports of shots fired. One person was sent to the hospital in critical condition. Another is in custody at this hour, and the new ordinance that is in effect. New today on campus, homecoming events are in full swing at UCO. What are some things you can look forward to this week ahead of the big game on Saturday? And finally, the 9th largest lottery jackpot is on the line tonight. Millions of Americans buying numbers today, hoping to cash in on the $785 million jackpot. All of this and more happening now on UCentral News.
Good evening, I'm Mark Lowe.
And I'm Emma Birch, and welcome to this edition of UCentral News at 4:30. We start off today with the chaos that happened over the weekend following the shooting that took place at the Oklahoma State Fairgrounds. One person is left in critical condition after an argument between two groups of people resulted in gunfire. After the initial shots, someone began firing rounds into the air as civilians fled the scene. As a result, multiple people suffered minor injuries while evacuating the Bennett Event Center. I talked to Zachary Royka. He was at the fair when the chaos broke out. He describes the moment when he heard the gunshot ring out.
Surprise. Fear, followed very quickly by just a wave of fury. I was mad that someone was doing this. I was mad that this was happening to not just me, but to everyone around me.
Into custody while one was arrested on a charge of assault with a deadly weapon. The Oklahoma City Police Department has since released a statement describing the event as an isolated incident and it will have an ongoing investigation. Well, if you ever find yourself in an emergency situation on campus, there are these emergency procedure guidelines located in every building on campus.
Yeah, for sure. Inside of them are things that could happen on campus, all the way from slips, falls, trips, anything like that, to severe weather, even to an active shooter. All you have to do is just find these red books, which again are in every classroom and building, and just flip open to whatever part you need, and it'll give you details of what to do in that situation. And in some lighter campus news, it's homecoming week here at Edmond, and there's quite a few ways for you to get involved.
Homecoming, a tradition almost as old as UCO itself. It's a time to celebrate UCO students and traditions. This year's theme is rock and roll shows, paying homage to the iconic UCO saying. Events kicked off on Saturday, but today marks the start of the big celebrations. This morning, students and faculty had the opportunity to decorate cowboy hats to get ready for Saturday's game. One UCO student says that events like these make her proud to be a Bronco.
It feels nice because it kind of makes it less of a kind of more school thing and more of a college experience. Like you're more involved in the school rather than just like going to class and going home, which is what a lot of, at least for me, I do. And so it's a good opportunity to kind of branch out and also like meet new people and things like that.
And the homecoming events this week just keep on rolling. As you can see behind me here, there's a bunch of runners getting ready to do a 5K all the way across campus. All of these events are leading up to Saturday's big game against Missouri Southern. Some other events that are taking place this week include office decorating, a talent show, a blueberry pancake breakfast, and a block party, all of which leads up to the tailgate Saturday morning. From Edmond, for UCentral News, I'm Mark Lowe. Roll shows.
The writers' strike has come to a pause. Both the writers and major studios have come to a tentative agreement, but not all shows will be coming back to your screen right away. CNN's Ivan Rodriguez has more.
Thank you, Vietcong! A crowd of Hollywood writers burst into celebration as word spreads of a tentative agreement with the major studios.
We're trying to save writers' ability to pay their rent, to pay for a mortgage, to put kids through school, to save for a rainy day.
It's a significant turning point for the nearly 5-month-long strike. Days of marathon negotiating sessions began last week once the CEOs of 4 major studios actively joined the conversation.
I feel like they realize, like, oh, I actually need to be present and actually hear what the writers and our workers are saying, because I don't think they really thought we were serious.
The deal still needs to be ratified, but the WGA released a statement saying they could authorize members to return to work before that, when leadership meets on Tuesday.
All right, everybody.
Daytime and late-night talk shows will likely be the first to return to your screens, but most other major productions will have to wait for their actors. SAG-AFTRA, representing about 160,000 actors, also hit the picket lines mid-July. There is hope that the studio's agreement with the writers will also allow it to reach a deal with the actors.
This is a really significant window of opportunity these next couple of weeks. If we were able to get back to the table and talk, there's a small possibility you could get things into production before the holidays.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Both the writers and studios are planning to continue talks until a final agreement is made. And Mark, I know you were just outside with the homecoming activities. How was it outside?
It was really, really hot. Like I said, I was out there with the 5K runners. I don't understand how they're running in this weather. It is so hot for it. Destiny, is there any relief going to be coming for these guys later on this week?
Unfortunately, it looks like the temperatures are going to be about this high most of the week. Today for sure was warm. The high was 90 degrees today, and it is currently 90 degrees outside, but it's also very sunny outside. The sun has been out all day, and there are no clouds in the sky. And then it hasn't been too windy either, so there's no relief from that heat because the winds are blowing north at 10 miles per hour. The humidity rate is 31%, so it isn't too high, and then it does feel like it's 88 degrees outside. But then moving on tonight, the temperatures will cool down. It's going to still be clear out, so no clouds in the sky. The winds are going to be blowing east at 7 miles per hour, and the humidity rate will stay the same. And then there is no chance of rain tonight. So yes, it's been a nice warm day. It's going to be warm majority of the week. That is all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Destiny. Well, attention cyclists, the city of Edmond just opened the first bicycle lane to protect riders from motor vehicles, and it's right outside campus. The lanes cover under a mile from Broadway to University Drive west of the UCO's campus, and another section from Chowning to Bryant Avenue. The lanes have dividers to make sure there is enough space between the cyclists and vehicles. The lanes are from the city of Edmond's Bicycle Master Plan.
UCO is hosting an off-campus event for more than 20 colleges and universities across the state, all of which is for the Latino College Fair from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on October 10th at the Kantara Event Center. The event will give attendees the chance to learn more about how to apply, financial aid, and much more. Registration is on go.uco.edu/LatinoCollegeFair.com. And things have been starting to heat up the past couple weeks. Can we expect more of the same?
Desi Pittman has your full week forecast next. Stay tuned. We killed it.
Back and change it all. I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
You can achieve a lot using your imagination. I mean, I don't like to brag, but... Wait, who's that? And why is she all over these achievement awards? But with STEM, the sky's the limit. Shaboom! Use STEM to envision... Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah. Invent...
Got any ideas?
I've got a few, actually. And create a better world. Told you she's super smart. If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
In the land of wonder and awe, you won't believe you see what you saw. Where there's something to do for young and for old, where stories are written and then they're retold. Visit travelok.com today. Come see for yourself and come out to play.
Welcome back. I'm going to be giving you your statewide forecast for tonight. As we look across this map, we can see there's a lot of 50s and 60s that the state is going to be seeing tonight. So we'll start up in the Panhandle. So up in Guymond, it's going to be 54 degrees tonight. Looks like that is going to be the coldest part of the state. And then as we move over into Woodward, Enid, and Ponca City, all of those areas, it's going to be about 59 degrees tonight. And then it's going to be 58 down in Clinton. And as we move over into Altus, it's going to be 60 degrees there, 63 in Lawton. And then it's going to be about 62 degrees up in Ardmore, 61 in McAllister, and McAllister will be seeing some fog tonight, much like we saw earlier today. And then it's going to be 65 in Idabel. And in that Oklahoma City, Edmond area, it's going to be 64 degrees. It's going to be the same temperature for Tulsa, and then 60 up in Miami. And as we move on into our forecast for tomorrow, we can see it's going to be warm once again. Much like today, we're going to be seeing a lot of 89s, 90s, those warmer temperatures. So up in the Panhandle, in Guyman, 90 as well, and Woodward, Enid, and Ponca City, 90 in all of those areas, so much like the temperature we were seeing today. And then over in Oklahoma City, 89 in Clinton, and then down in Altus, 92. It's going to be the warmest part of the state. 91 in Lawton, 90 in Ardmore, and then 87 in McAllister. And then again, they're going to be seeing some fog tomorrow as well. And it's going to be 88 over in Idabel, and then up in Miami, it's going to be about 87 degrees tomorrow. I know I, for one, am excited that we have this warm weather. A few weeks ago, it was kind of gray and a little chillier out, so I'm happy it's going to be nice and sunny this week. How are you guys feeling about that?
Yeah, Destiny, for me personally, not a fan. No. I love the colder weather. I wish those overnight lows would be the highs tomorrow, personally.
Absolutely. I'm ready for some soup weather. I've been really craving some soup. It's just too hot for it right now.
For sure.
Well, thanks, Destiny. Coming up, Taylor Swift has been taking social media by storm with a relationship rumor.
CJ Craig has your social media update coming up right after this. Stay with us.
I was raised to believe in the power of possibility, to always move forward but never forget where I came from, to value hard work, ingenuity, and hospitality. On one hand, my people are rough and rugged. On the other, refined and elegant. They taught me how to love beautiful things and cherish my past, to seek out adventure, eat well, and to have a good time. So I keep their traditions alive every place I go. They call me Oklahoma City, but you can call me the modern frontier.
UCentral News as a whole, you got to be in those different areas, like being on camera, being off camera, being in the control room. And so I feel like that is what prepared me most about being in the workplace.
UCentral and the Mass Comm department has provided me all the tools and the fundamentals that are needed in order to thrive well and thrive fast at my job.
Maybe it's time to hit the road and visit a place where stories unfold. This is the land of the ultimate road trip, with sights old and new on Route 66. There's fun to be had, so much to do, and a few new surprises before you get through. Oklahoma has the most miles to share of Route 66. It's really quite rare. TravelOK.com will show you the way. Come see for yourself this iconic highway.
Welcome back, Broncos. My name is CJ Craig, and we're going to be diving into your world of social media. Let's get right into it. Social media is buzzing after superstar Taylor Swift was seen at the Kansas City Chiefs game on Sunday. The singer was seen spotted cheering the Chiefs and her rumored boyfriend Travis Kelce. Neither of the two have confirmed whether a relationship is legit, but Travis's brother Jason Kelce joked that they were 100% dating. Taylor was also seen leaving the game with Travis, so those rumors may end up being true. And the artist who will perform at the Super Bowl has finally been revealed. Usher took to Twitter to announce that he would be headlining the halftime show for Super Bowl 58 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. This is Usher's second time to perform the halftime show, the first being back in 2011 when he performed with the Black Eyed Peas. Fans are eager to see the 8-time Grammy winner perform, especially after Rihanna rocked the stadium last year. And Meta has announced their plans to implement new AI chatbots within their apps. The social media giant said that they are planning to introduce AI chatbots geared toward attracting younger audiences to both Instagram and Facebook. The chatbots will come with over 30 character personas, ranging from Abraham Lincoln to a sassy robot. Meta has also made a chatbot creation tool that is in the works so users can create their own custom AI chatbots. They are expected to release later this week. And speaking of AI, another major player is taking steps in developing their own. Amazon announced that they are investing $4 billion into AI startup Anthropic. The program looks to be a rival to other big tech-sponsored AIs, such as Google's Bard AI and Microsoft's ChatGPT. The program will run off of Amazon's Web Services, which is Amazon's native computing service. The project is expected to take 18 months to finish and could cost over $11 billion once it's completed. And if you're feeling lucky, you could always take your shot at the Powerball lottery. The Powerball lottery has reached its fourth highest jackpot amount in history, totaling at over $785 million. No winner came forward after Saturday's draw, so millions of Americans are holding onto their tickets in hopes of seeing their number come up. The next draw will be tonight at 10 p.m. Central Time. And you guys, that Powerball lottery, that is a lot of money. If I had $700 million, I don't know what I would do with it. What would you guys do with it?
I know that I would probably either buy some part of the Dallas Cowboys or I'm going to the Jonas Brothers concert next week and I really want to get close to Joe, so if I could buy some floor seats, that'd be pretty great too.
Yeah, I think I'd pay off my college tuition. I could probably pay for a couple college tuitions with that kind of money, so that's probably the top of my list.
The more rational route, that's probably smarter than mine.
After yesterday's beatdown with the Cowboys, I understand. And speaking of Cowboys, we got some sports coming up. Ray Robinson has the latest on Edmond football, both UCO and all Edmond high schools with homecoming week upon us. Ray also has a breakdown of what the Broncos should expect on Saturday. Plus, UCO soccer is on a roll. Stay with us.
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Week 4 of UCO football saw the Broncos take on Emporia State. Many would say this game was very crucial. It helped set the tone for homecoming week and get some momentum going. Many questions about what went wrong, but let's start with the questions going into the game. The Broncos went into this game without their starting QB, Stephon Brown. So in his place was junior Harold Dawson. The pressure didn't seem to affect him too much in this start, as he was just second in rushing with a net total of 37. Dawson proved he was the better QB on the field as he outthrew Emporia's QB, Braden Gleason, by throwing 363 yards to Gleason's 289. And on paper, UCO was the better offensive team, better passing and better rushing team. So you might ask yourself, where did they go wrong? And there's an old saying that goes is, defense wins the game. Emporia's defense gave our QB problems, intercepting 2 of Dawson's throws and sacking him twice, making his presence felt on the field. And the real kicker is UCO only had 47 total tackles to Emporia's 86 total, almost double. They end the game 27-38, a near great game on offense, but outplayed on defense, costed them this game. Can homecoming week play a role in their style of play? We'll find out as they take on Missouri Southern at 2 p.m. Missouri Southern is also undefeated on the road, so the Broncos will definitely have their hands tied. And I also just got word that our QB will be back in action. He just suffered a minor ankle action, so he's still questionable, but as far as we're concerned, he will be ready to go. Now, as for the women's soccer, they were pretty busy over the weekend. If I had one word to describe their weekend, let's just say roller coaster. They beat Rogers State in convincing fashion in Claremore on Friday, going 3-0. Then 2 days later in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, they go down to the wire, tying it up 1-1, running out of regulation time. This is just their second tie of the season. Remember, their first one was in their second game of the season against Angelo. Their overall record is now 3-2-2. 2 games will be this weekend, and they will all be at home at Thompson Field. Friday will be against Central Missouri at 7 p.m. The next game will be on Sunday at 1 p.m. Best wishes to our women's soccer team, and let's even it out and get some more W's on the other end. The women's volleyball team have been on the road this season, going 12-2, so far with the only 2 losses being on the road. And their recent game was on the road, and a loss definitely wasn't in their playbook. They beat Fort Hays 3-0 in this series. Reigning player of the week, Jaden Evans, leading the way defensively, as she always do, with 24 digs. Big congrats to them, continuing to take care of business. The next volleyball game will be on the road as they take on Pittsburgh State in Pittsburgh, Kansas, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Edmond High School football begin their district games. All Edmond schools were in action. And let's start with some Edmond Bedlam. Edmond Memorial took on Santa Fe State, and this was a district game, so a win for either team is crucial. Memorial went in with a huge momentum from last week, but the roles ironically changed for them as Santa Fe won it 51-7. Deer Creek won their conference game in convincing fashion as well, beating Ponca City 65-26. Edmond North went down to Norman High School and lost. Football is warming up, and remember, in order for a team to make the playoffs, they must win 4 of their conference games. And we got 2 Edmond schools off to a good start. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ray. Well, I was actually at the Deer Creek Ponca game, and Deer Creek looked pretty good. Well, after the break, UCentral Sam Kozlowski is showcasing everything there is to do in the library's Innovation Studio.
And Destiny Pittman will have our last look at weather when we come back.
Not only do they look...
Feel the beat of nature at a park or forest near you. Find a forest and music inspired by nature at discovertheforest.org.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Welcome back. Have you used UCO's free 3D printer in the library yet? Well, like most students, you probably didn't even know it was there. UCentral Sam Klosowski checked out everything in the Innovation Studio during their open house.
Did you know you can make just about whatever you want in the Max Chambers library for absolutely free?
Pretty unique space because I come to the library here a lot to study, and I always wonder what's back here. I think everybody should come here and check it out because you can also get stellar credit.
All services at the Innovation Studio are totally free aside from their large format prints and posters, which run for about 1/10 the cost of printing at Office Depot, for example.
That's right. The Innovation Studio pretty much has it all, from green screens to 3D printing to laser engraving to magnet making. There's so many things to do here.
And most students don't even know it exists.
That I like helping people solve problems, helping people make things that make their lives better.
Carl and his student worker staff are more than just knowledgeable. They take good care of both student projects and the equipment used.
We had a faculty member this summer who needed to repair their vacuum cleaner. And then a repair shop was going to charge her $60 to replace the entire assembly when all she needed was that one piece of plastic. And she came in and talked to me, and we were able to design her a replacement, and I was able to print it for her.
Household projects, school projects, and everything in between, the Innovation Studio helps all kinds of people on campus create whatever they need.
You're not sure of what you want to do in there, at least just go in. They'll talk to you, and they'll definitely find you something you'd like to do there. It's a very bountiful experience.
Reporting from the library, Sam Kozlowski, UCentral News.
Thank you, Sam, for that story. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says El Nino is expected to be stronger this winter. This will be the first time in years we'll feel the effects of the phenomenon during the coldest months of the year. El Nino occurs when specific ocean temperatures are warmer than normal for an extended period of time. According to NOAA, the south could see wetter and cooler weather, while the north becomes drier and warmer. Historically, El Nino leads to milder winters in the Pacific Northwest, Plains, and Midwest regions. And I'm definitely looking forward to more of a cooler weather, especially after today and this week.
Absolutely. Let's toss over to Desi for one last look at weather.
Welcome back. So I'm just going to give you your 7-day forecast. As we look forward this week, we can see there is a lot of 90s, 89s, so the low 90s, high 80s, and a lot of sun. So very different what we've been seeing previous this month. On Monday today, it is 90 degrees out. It's going to be 89 on Tuesday and Wednesday, and on Thursday, it's going to be 90 again. And then moving on to this weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, still a ton of sun. 89 on Friday, 88 on Saturday, and then 87 on Sunday. So this is the perfect weather to be outside. If you're going to be out and about, it's a perfect weekend to go do something nice outside. For example, it is UCO homecoming week, so there is going to be a ton of events going on. So if you want to go see those, it's going to be the perfect weather for that. That is all I have for now. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Destiny. Well, she just talked about homecoming. Are you planning on going to homecoming events this week?
I'm going to try to go to a couple. I'm definitely going to the big game on Saturday. It's going to be a fun one for sure, working with Dr. Nelson's class, sports broadcasting, so I'll definitely be calling the first half of that game. Looking forward to it. But yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a great week. Definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. No rain in the forecast, which is really nice compared to last week. And so people can get out, go hang out, find some cool activities going on. I know there's a whole bunch, so go check our social media page for the updates. Check UCO's social media pages, all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely check out those events. There's a lot, like 3 or 4 each day, so definitely want to be sure to catch one of those.
Absolutely. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Emma Birch.
And I'm Mark Lowe. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.